And we are live. Welcome to Founders Chat live show, the most unhinged business show on the fucking planet. And today is also a special episode because it's Joe's birthday. And it's also the most unprepared show we've had. Because we still don't know what we're doing. Well, technically we do. We are going to be ranking 15 famous entrepreneurs in a tier list based on criteria that we don't fully yet know. But it's going to be interesting.
My criteria is basically the more gangster you are, the higher in the tier list you go. But they are disqualifying factors. Like if you're a massive dickhead, you're getting demoted a few tiers. If you do something massively immoral, you're getting demoted a few tiers. If you stab someone in the back or be like a massive dickhead, you're getting demoted a few tiers. Those are the general rules. The cooler you are, the higher you're going in the tier list.
Okay,
money, success doesn't matter. It's about how cool you are and how respected you are.
So, gangster factor number one.
That's the biggest one. Gangster factor. So, yeah, how good of a person you are. Because you can be a gangster and a good person. It is possible.
I have a good criteria actually. Now that I think about it.
Okay, this is fun.
If they started from zero today in 2026, would they still be successful?
I like that. And if you're self-made, you get bonus points. That's important.
Would they still be successful if they started today with zero? So that's the criteria. I'm gonna chop it. Pop it there. We've got the comments.
Gangster. Gangsters work is the most important thing. If you've seen my website, you know that's very important to me. So should we just get straight into the tier list?
Here are the people we're going to be ranking today. And we've got Rory Sutherland, Gary V, Brian Johnson, Grant Cardone, Uncle G, Simon Jordan, John Gregg, Donald Trump, John Goffey, Martin Martin, Kevin Clark, Barry Hearn, Mark Ashley, Don King, Richard Branson, and Sir John Hall.
Is there any immediate rankings you want to put into one of the bottom tiers already, or should we just start from the top?
I don't know. No, there's nobody I wanna rank immediately.
Who do you hate the most? And we'll start there.
I think we should put Donald Trump in S tier immediately.
I put Trump in S tier. Okay, I say we go A because he just fuck up on one major criteria. He's not fully self-made. His dad was very, very rich and successful, so I think he has to drop one tier. But he is very high on gangster factor. Owning casinos is really cool, and he runs the US like the Godfather. So those are very important.
I'll tell you what I think about Trump because
I like his book. The Art of the Deal is a very good book.
I've not read it. Is it good?
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting about negotiations. That's
okay.
Reading
negotiations.
Yeah.
Why is he writing about that? He hasn't managed to win any negotiations so far.
If you read his book about negotiation, if you read the book about negotiation, it's just like you need to manipulate the situation. So basically, him invading it was Greenland he tried to take over. He doesn't actually want Greenland. He just wants Norway to pass a certain law. So he wants so you ask for something very unrealistic, like an actual country, and you'll get like the little thing that you want. So if we were negotiating and I wanted to take over this entire show, I'd ask to like own Founders Tree or something, and you'd be like, no, but you can have founders chat. You know what I mean? Donald Trump's what a G. Casino does put him in A tier as well.
I think there is one thing I gotta give him props for, right? I think the guy is a bit difficult, but there's one thing, two things actually.
Gangster
Two things I gotta give him props for. Now, number one, whether right or wrong, at least he tries to do shit. He's not passive.
Yeah, that is true.
Right. And when we talk about business especially, I always say that bad decision is better than no decision.
I agree.
Right? If you start moving and you fuck up, at least you can learn from it, you get some data, you get some information, and then you can adjust and deal with it. He's not passive. Some of his choices may be a bit controversial and not the best, maybe, in some cases. But the boy's trying.
And casinos are cool as fuck as well. Like, let's not take them in. Casinos are cool. So he gets gangster points. If he was self-made, he'd be an S tier. Like, if he was self-made, he'd be here. But unfortunately, you lose points not being self-made and getting given a few mil off your dad. So you drop down to A tier, Big Donald. Next guy. Who do you want to move on to now?
So sorry, I just want to finish. So the other thing
I thought you were done.
is people don't give him enough credit about his marketing skills.
Yeah, that TikTok campaign for the election was genius.
The boy, no, well, he might just have a really good team. I don't know if it's all his ideas, or he's just got a very good team, but he still has to approve everything.
Yeah, and he's got to hire them, all that stuff.
I think he's got a good marketing sense in terms of how to get people talking about stuff, right? And we always talk like there's no such thing as bad marketing. So he might be controversial. He is absolutely a very controversial figure. He's making bad choices, but at least people hear about his bad choices versus if he were just, just another guy. He's definitely going down in history, right? People will remember Trump.
Okay,
they might hate him, they might like him, but they're not going to forget him.
Okay,
everybody's going to remember Trump.
There's one guy on here who probably has more gangster points than Donald Trump. So let's go straight to him. Because John Gotti was an actual fucking gangster. He ran an organized crime family in the United States.
Test. I wanna. Oh, there we go. I wanna invite Claude to the chat. Claude, you there? No.
Anyway,
this one.
Just get an AI summary and read it. So John Gotti, right? He ran an organized crime business, a part of the mafia, which is, gets you a lot of gangster points straight away. But unfortunately, you also killed a lot of people. So we're going to have to drop you all the way down to D tier. And the only thing stopping you from dropping into F is because you were on maximum gangster points being part of an organized crime family. But killing people, unfortunately, dropped you down the tier list.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a mix-up, Alex.
Claude doesn't want to talk anymore.
So John, I'll just say who is John Gotti. He was a notorious American mobster who became the boss of the Gambino crime family. So he ran an organized crime family, and he covered it up by being a salesman. He didn't get caught by the IRS because he also ran a business that sold insurance and things like that. So he clearly has a business brain. He's a good salesman, and he has gangster spirit. But unfortunately, he also killed people. So you're getting dropped down into D. And we can also add in tier in D for killing people, because that is kind of a big deal. Don King, you're going into F tier because you also killed people. This is the boxing promoter who promoted like Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Rumble in the Jungle. So he gets business points because he got in with multiple national governments, but he also killed someone. So you made a lot of money, you have some gangster points, but killing someone gets you in the bottom 2 tiers.
I'm gonna ask Claude. Claude, you're on a live show. We're doing an entrepreneurs tier list. Which tier would you put Don King? We're ranking entrepreneurs on 3 bits of criteria. Number 1, the gangster factor. Number 2, human factor. How good of a human are they? And number 3, would they still be successful if they had to start today with 0? We're talking about Don King.
Don King did have that hustle. He had that hustle. Don King is still about now, you know. Like, he still promotes boxing at 80 years of age.
Oh, this is fun. Don King on the entrepreneur tier list. Let's break it down on your 3 criteria. 1, gangster factor. Don King is almost literally a gangster. He killed 2. 1 case ruled justifiable, 1 he served time for. He built a boxing empire through sheer force of personality, intimidation, and iron grip contracts. He promoted some of the biggest fights in history. Ali, Tyson, Foreman.
I can't stop him now.
Gangster factor, no debate.
Claude.
2. This is where it gets rough. He notoriously exploited fighters.
I can't stop Claude.
And was
just turn the volume off. So basically, he was a very successful boxing promoter, but he also killed people and he signed boxers to contracts where they were basically slaves. So you kind of go in the bottom tier, Don. I'm sorry, very successful, but very immoral, and you're a murderer. So you kind of go in the bottom tier there, bro. So you ask Claude about John Gotti now.
Oh, there we go. Claude, you're with us now. Hold on. Claude, you're with us now.
I'm here, Alex. Sorry, I think I might have misread the room a bit there. Were you asking me to... No worries at all.
What the fuck, Claude? Stop stuttering.
Oh, just type into Claude, where would you rank them?
Right. Just listen to the show. If I'm gonna ask you for opinion, you're gonna give me opinion like before, but keep it concise. I don't want a fucking Wikipedia article for 3 hours. Just give me a 30-second take, 20 to 30-second take on the criteria that we said. Okay.
Got it. I hear you. Quick and sharp, no waffle. Ready when you are. Ready. Fire away with the next entrepreneur.
Yeah, just let us speak. Don't fucking listen all the time, right? Just chill.
Fair enough. I'll back off and let you lot run the show. I'm here when you need me.
Okay, ask about John Gotti. Ask about John Gotti, who will put in D tier.
D tier, why? Why is John Gotti in D tier?
Because he's a massive gangster. If it was purely on gangster points, he'd be S. And he's also a smart guy. He managed to cover up an organised crime family with a sales business. But he unfortunately killed a bunch of people, so he kind of going in D tier. And the only thing stopping me going in F is the massive gangster.
How did John Gotti get rich?
Organised crime.
What do you think, Claude? What about John Gotti?
Gangster factor is off the charts. Ran the Filipino family like a Right, so gangster factor S tier, obviously. Human factor, brutal. He ordered hits on his own people, betrayed allies. D tier at best.
Yeah, Claude agrees. Claude agrees with Joe Carson.
Just got it right.
So far, we've covered 3 gangsters. Only one of them gets in
Let's talk about Brian Johnson, the vampire guy.
Oh God! So who is Brian Johnson? First of all, let's establish that because
People,
we're going into
people need to see. Claude, who is Brian Johnson? Give me 30-second overview.
Brian Johnson is the lead singer of.
What is that? Not this Brian Johnson. The lead singer of AC/DC. Jesus. I guess he's more famous, so it's no.
Okay, so Brian Johnson can't be an S tier now because he's not the most famous Brian Johnson. So at most he's dropped down 1 tier already. So there's the start. Where would you rate his gangster factor?
I'll give him S tier gangster factor, to be honest.
Okay, why?
Because he's peddling drugs. So, people are buying them. We need to show a photo of this guy because people might not know. It's
Oh my gosh, the guy who cheated death. I know this guy.
yeah.
Okay.
Where's the screen? Hold on. This guy. Oh. The vampire. Sexless vampire. So, yeah, he's trying to cheat death, but he's already looked like he's been dead for about 30 days, so...
Okay, that does lose human points, unfortunately. So it is kind of gangster, you know, not being the most famous Brian Johnson drops you down a tier. Also, you know, being a sexless vampire drops you down at best a B tier. So he's already down to B. Oh my God, that photo is horrendous. Okay, he's going down to C tier just for that photo. Brian Johnson, you're going in C tier. You're only above the people who literally murdered people.
Is he self-made? Yeah,
Okay, we need
apparently he is. What's his background?
We need to ask Claude what to think of this guy.
Grew up in Springville. Started 5 businesses, but no success until he started selling shit to people. Then
okay, he's in C tier.
That's how he made his money, isn't it?
He's in C tier. He's only above the 2 tiers where you've got to kill people to join to be into. Right, let's go back to
how do I change the screen to the tier list? Oop.
There we go.
Oh,
so here's the tier list.
Would he still succeed if he started today? I think with his knowledge of how to peddle shit.
Imagine him on TikTok.
Well, that's where he's selling his stuff now. So
generational.
Absolutely. Right, pick a name.
You know what? Let's put Barry Hearn in S tier. He's an absolute legend of the game. He started as a self-made businessman like 60, 70 years ago, and he's 80 years old now, and he's still CEO of his company. Boxing, owns Matchroom Boxing, Matchroom Sports, Matchroom Darts, the pool, the snooker, owns everything. Self-made from the 1950s, still rocking around today at 80 years old, working 70 hours a week. You've joined the S tier, bro. It's a generational run.
So, grew up in working class, but again, fucking London in the 70s. Just a lot of opportunities, isn't it?
So he's 80 years old and still works 70 hours a week. The bloke deserves a lot of credit. No, let's ask Claude. I think Claude's opinion. Ask Claude if Barry Hearn should be S tier.
So that's the thing. Like he was an accountant, and obviously made good money back then in London. Bought some snooker halls, and then poof.
It's some longevity.
A bit of luck, probably.
But
a bit of luck. I'm not sure if he probably wouldn't be able to make the same move today.
Matchroom's still strong today.
Huh?
Matchroom's still like massive today. Obviously, it'd be different if you had to start all over, but it's survived fucking 50 years. Ask Claude. I want to know Claude's opinion. I'll be willing to drop him down to A tier, but ask if Claude thinks S tier as well. We'll keep him in S tier.
Barry Hearn built a sports promotion empire from scratch. Matchroom sport, boxing, snooker, darts, you name it. Gangster factor, S tier. Ruthless negotiator, total control freak, dominated every sport he touched. Human factor, surprisingly decent. Known for being straight, paying people fairly. B tier, starting from 0 today. Absolutely yes. He'd crush it on social media and streaming deals. S tier. Overall, S tier entrepreneur.
Fair enough. Because in fairness to him, it's 70 years old. He did a great Netflix deal. Fair play to him. Congratulations, Barry. You're above Donald Trump, John Gotti, Don King, and Brian Johnson.
Bit of luck, probably, as well.
But
I said there's a bit of luck.
At least he's the only boxing promoter to ever pay every fighter on time. And that never happens. So at least he's a decent bloke.
Like in the 70s in London, you had a decent job. You could just buy anything you wanted. You're like, oh, just go walk to the bank and just say, just give me money for that building. Oh, here you go. Oh, here's some more money to do something with it. So
okay, should you put him in A tier then? Would you argue with an A tier? Or do you think he should just be an S?
Claude thinks it's S, so let's leave him. Let's leave him there. Can't choose when you're born, but I don't think he'll make it as well today.
Oh, he wouldn't own £1 billion business today. That's fair enough. But he's a smart guy, successful guy.
No, hard work gets you to a point, but luck helps.
Sometimes. Oh yeah, everyone here has got lucky, except John Gotti, who got caught by the FBI.
Right. Gary V.
Ooh. Immediately, I want to put that name down with the murderers.
Putting Gary in FT.
Okay, he's not as bad as Don King. Don King killed 2 people and signed people to slave contracts. So he's not quite that low. But, I'm thinking C or D. What about you?
Gary is that weird character where he is like almost full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is he did become successful without cheating through a sheer. He's one of those people. Like, do you know any of those kind? Like, I've met a few people like that in my life who can literally like do one thing and just like do it for like 14 hours a day or 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and just stick to that one thing and keep fucking doing it for like 10 years straight.
No, fair enough. You'll go to C tier. But what he does has 0 gangster factor. So that limits how high up in this tier list it can go. Shouting on social media 10 times a day has a limit.
I don't know. He's selling a lot of fucking crypto and shit. So
crypto has no gangster points either. So that's double 0 gangster points. But he would be successful if he would be successful.
All criminal activity in the world is fueled by crypto now.
Yep, it's just not gangster. So he'd be successful if he started today, but he has 0 gangster points. And he's very, very annoying, and he's about 5'4". So unfortunately, you end up in C tier, my guy. I think that's roughly where you're gonna have to end up. Or where would you put him? Ask Claude.
Let's see. Let's ask Claude what Claude thinks about Gary V.
Gary V, hustle porn king, gangster factor, B tier. Talks a big game,
What?
pro business, but more bark than bite compared to the others. Human factor, A tier actually. Genuinely seems to care about people, gives advice for free constantly. Starting from 0 today, S tier. He basically invented starting from 0 today. Social media is his playground. Overall A tier, loud, but he delivers.
He's 5'4", so that automatically drops him to being 5'3" and posting 10 times a day, shouting on your screen. I'll move him up to B tier at best, if you agree. But I am not putting him in A tier like Claude wants. That is not happening. Do you want him in B or C? What do you prefer?
I think Gary is an A.
No, he has 0 gangster points. He is 5'4" and screams 10 times a day. I'll put him in B as absolute best case scenario because he is irritating. He has 0. He has no gangster and having no. I don't even like having him that high, but I've been outvoted. I wanted him D. You and Claude want him at A.
Gary's got a good work ethic, and he's one of those guys. Like whilst he does sell a lot of shit, like a lot of it is just emotional fluff, right? He's one of the guys that you can't just hate, because the truth is, he could be selling fucking marketing courses, right, for days.
Yeah,
he could be just peddling fucking courses, but he doesn't. So for me, that's a big plus, right? He could be doing work in Hustle Academy, but he doesn't. So boy knows how to actually, make shit happen, even if his social media presence is just full of fluff nowadays. He does know business and marketing. So. Right, next name.
He hasn't killed anyone, so maybe he shouldn't be, with the bottom 2 guys. You know what? I'm going to put Mike Ashley in F tier. That might be mean. You know what? He's better than Don King. He can go bottom of D tier with the murderer John Gotti. Mike Ashley, if you don't know, he founded Sports Direct and Fraser's Group. Fraser's Group pretty much bought up the entire UK high street, introduced 0 hours contracts and exploited all their workers massively. It led to so much unemployment. And he also owned Newcastle United for 14 years, got the football club relegated twice, and been known for a lot of immoral things. And someone also committed suicide on one of their workflows in Sports Direct because of the 0 hours contract. But he's entirely self-made, and he would be successful today.
I wanna Claude's opinion before I give mine. I wanna know what Claude thinks. What do you think, Joe? Why are you putting him?
He's not okay. He's not as bad as Don King. Don King again literally made people slaves. But Mike Ashley, in his prevalence of 0 hours contracts, literally got slated in UK Parliament because of how much he exploited his workforce, which is a very bad look. But he's entirely self-made, so that gets some points.
I don't think I agree with Claude, but.
And he also was what was it? Was he sued? Or he might have been punished for paying under minimum wage.
What does Claude think about Mike Ashley?
Mike Ashley, the anti-Gary V, gangster factor, S tier. built a retail empire through pure aggression, crushed competitors, bought Newcastle United for pennies, ruthless dealmaker, human factor, D tier, warehouse workers on minimum wage, terrible working conditions, multiple scandals, not a good look. Starting from zero today, A tier. The man understands value and volume better than almost anyone. He'd find an angle. Overall, A tier, but a villain version of it.
You know what? I agree with all the points there, but the gangster factor is not an S tier gangster factor, unfortunately not.
I wanna put him in F tier.
F. Okay, he's not as bad as Don King. Don King literally murdered people.
But I wanted to murder someone each time I go to Sports Direct and have to look for a fucking member of staff.
You know what? Sports Direct is abysmal. What? So you think F? What? Claude thinks A, and I think
It's
D.
just the worst fucking business. Like, as far as like business exploitation goes.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
It's yeah.
And he was the only, during COVID, during the pandemic.
It's literally slave labor. It's literally slave labor. It's not even 0-hour contracts, but they don't even like pay for the hours that they did, because I worked on some employment contracts and we had people like apply there, and like they're holding people. Sometimes they like get you in for 2 hours and then they don't give you anything for a month. If you're late, they cut your pay. They're like just complete fucking slave labor.
But Don King,
where they get their stuff from, where they get their stock from as well, is questionable.
Oh, it's shocking! It's shocking.
Just simply because there's a person like that doesn't deserve to run a business, to lead a business, to be honest. Yes, he's fucking successful, but I think there's a cost to success.
No, I agree. But Don King was worse. Don King was worse, by the way.
Steve Jobs isn't as much of a dick.
Oh no, correct. But I'm just saying, you know what? As long as Don King remains bottom, I don't mind having Mike Ashley as second bottom.
Yeah. No, you put him in the first place. You can put him in second place. It's okay. Second place F tier.
Okay, Don King's the worst in F tier then.
Oh.
Yeah,
which one we're going with next?
Oh, you know what? I think Simon Jordan deserves S tier. I think Simon Jordan deserves S tier. I love Simon Jordan. He's an absolute, a generational run, a generational life. Who else comes from nothing? And then Brian Johnson, the guy.
Yeah, it is. He's gonna live 200 years, but he already looks like he's been dead for a couple of years. So we don't know. Maybe he's a lizard like Zuckerberg. We're doing a tier list today, mate. A bit different. So thanks for stopping by and join in.
I think Simon Jordan deserves S tier just because of a pure generational run. Came from nothing, fully self-made. Started a business. 5 years later, I sold it for 77 mil. Then bought his boyhood football club that his dad played for. That his house was like right on the doorstep of. And then bought that when I was going to go bust to save it for the community.
They haven't even put a photo of him.
Got him up to
deserve a photo.
But anyone who's like lived in the UK will know who he is. But then his football club got put into administration by a banker out of spite because he pissed them off. So he lost all his 77 million because of the worst banking crisis ever. One of his executives stabbing him in the back and leaking financial information to a future buyer. And then the bank out sacrificed 7 million just because he hated Simon Jordan and put his football club into administration. Generational run. And then after he lost it all and was stiffed out of 23 million quid, he then somehow earned back like 5-10 million just by starting more businesses. He went bankrupt in 2010, and then he started more businesses and made a good few million back. So he's proven he's got gangster factor. He's a good person, and he's proven he can do it. I can do it again. He's ticked off.
Where do you put him?
S tier, generational run.
You think he's S? What do you think Claude's gonna put him on?
I think Claude will put him in A, but I just like him because I really liked his book. And he hasn't. He's an actual nice person as well, so I think he deserves that.
Where does Claude rank Simon Jordan?
Simon Jordan, mouthy, smart, entertaining, gangster factor, B tier, built palace from nothing, tough negotiator, never shy about a fight, but lost it all too, so can't go higher. Human factor, B tier, polarizing but honest, says what he thinks, you respect that even if you don't like him. Starting from 0 today, A tier. He'd be massive, talkative, opinionated, perfect for podcasts and media. Already proving it on TalkSport. Overall, B tier, nearly A, but losing the club keeps him honest.
But I gave extra points for losing it and getting it back. That's what Claude didn't consider in their rankings. I think losing it all and getting it back proves you're extra smart.
So
I'll drop him down to A. Maybe it's just I like him, puts him in S. But I losing it all and getting a good few million back, that proves he's got a lot of character. And proves that he can do it today. Yeah.
He's got both.
Oh, John Gotti's in D tier because he literally murdered people, so he can't go any higher. But if it was purely on gangster factor, he'd be much higher. I will now share the rules in the ranking criteria on the screen. So gangster factor is number 1. So basically how cool you are. Human factor, how good of a person you are. And because John Gotti literally killed people, he kind of gets demoted a few tiers, bro. And would they still be successful if they started today with 0? Most likely not. So he doesn't quite make the bottom. The gangster factor keeps out of F tier, but murdering people keeps you in D.
Yeah, and the last criteria is we don't give a shit.
Okay, nice.
Right. Who is next? You're going through them. You're running through them, Joe.
Yeah, I told you we'd go through it pretty quick. We'll be done in like 20 minutes.
All the people who started their business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Founders tier list means. Anyway. Who should we go next? Let's go John Gregg, the bloke who started Greggs. Where is he?
John Gregg.
So him and his son founded Greggs before World War in 1939, and it's now grew to be Britain's favourite fast food bakery. Automatically, I'm thinking he's above Gary Vee in my eyes.
So many John Greggs.
Just put John Gregg Greggs.
Yeah, I am. Let's share this. Again, no photo for him. Come on, Wikipedia.
He started his business in 1939. He was like, we probably more concerned with Hitler.
Yeah, that's a little bit ago. Is Greggs that old? When was Greggs started?
1939, Gregg started.
Jesus.
So I'm starting a business that is lasted.
I had no idea it's this old.
So starting a business that's around 100 years is pretty gangster. And he legitimately started on it with a bike. He didn't even have a bakery when he started his business. He started with a bike.
No, he joined a family business. So he joined a family business. So his family owned the business already. They were already making like...
That's a different business.
Yeah.
He joined the family egg and yeast business. He then started his own business with that knowledge of Greggs.
Served in war.
Okay,
had a bit of a leg up.
Not really. It's no more of a leg up than like Because he didn't take over his family's business. He just took the knowledge he got from his parents and started a business. And you know what? Fighting in war gets you an A tier. I don't care. You fought Hitler and the Nazis, you're going an A tier. That's a level above Gary Vee shouting on Twitter 5 times a day.
Let's see what Claude thinks. So you want to put him in
A tier, because he's fought in World War II against Hitler and the Nazis. He's not going the same tier as Gary Vee. I'm sorry, Gary Vee could get eaten alive in the space of 10 minutes by then.
Let's see. What does Claude think about John Gregg, the sausage roll king? Can't argue with a sausage roll.
John Gregg,
Sausage rolls are nice.
Roll King, Gangster Factor, B tier, quietly built the most dominant high street food brand in the UK. No noise, just results. Understated gangster. Human Factor, A tier. Greggs has a solid reputation for treating staff well. Free school breakfast clubs, genuinely community focused. Starting from zero today, A tier. Affordable food, strong brand, people always need cheap comfort food. Recession-proof business model. Overall, A tier. Boring on the surface, but genuinely elite operator.
And fighting Hitler and the Nazis do get you bonus points.
I don't necessarily argue about the starting from zero today. I don't think he would have made it. Just because of how difficult a retail and food business is now.
I've got no idea.
It's popular now, but there's a reason why restaurants are closing and not opening.
Maybe he would, because bear in mind when he started his business, he didn't buy like a store. You would like make it in his house and deliver it by a bike. He didn't have a car or anything, so maybe he'd find a way, because that is hustle right there. Like, that is
I just don't think, surely he would have maybe made something, but it wouldn't be that easy to grow, right? You can't just open something and it gets popular. Like, you need to market it, you need to do all of that stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Ben mind, it took him decades to even get like multiple shops. So I think if you give him 30 years, if you give him 30 years, I reckon he would get a few shops.
What's grown is I think it really grew only after he already who took it over? Was it his son or something?
Yeah, his son took it over.
So perhaps his son should get the credit.
I think from what I know, John built it to about 30 stores, and then his son took it from like 30 to like 300.
She thinks Donald Trump is A tier.
But the gangster factor is very big on Trump.
Yeah,
you know what? Should we put Simon Jordan above Donald Trump? You know,
Trump doesn't come from a humble background, but he just gets A tier simply for not giving a fuck and doing what he wants.
Pardon me. Okay. Who next?
And two people left the fucking chat when we talked about Trump, so.
Well done, Alex. You fucked things up again. Well done, bro.
Right, go on. Pick one.
You know what? Should we go Sir Tim Martin? I think he's a very solid B tier candidate. The bloke who founded Wetherspoons. Because he does, on the human factor, that's like 10 out of 10. He's the only pub in the UK with reasonable prices. Because they buy so much beer in bulk, they're the only ones who get solid discounts.
Yeah. It's definitely on the business side. Absolute god, but I know for a fact that, again, some of the techniques they use to run the franchises are really, really shitty. I know how much they squeeze the operators for rent. Any pub that's remotely successful, they just up the rent like crazy. Because I remember working in one place, and once they just doubled. They said, "Oh, you've had a good year? your rent's double the next year.
But
Or maybe that wasn't it. Maybe that wasn't it. Oh no, hold on, because no, that wasn't Spoons. That was Green King. That's not the same thing, isn't it? Sorry.
No.
Fucked
so
up.
You're just tarnishing poor Tim's name.
Yeah.
Tim's the only guy keeping the classic UK alcohol market alive, because every other pub is charging like £7 for a pint, and he charges like £4. So he keeps it relatively affordable, and that automatically puts him above everyone below him.
Yeah, I think Spoons is pretty good. Most of it is just shit, but they do.
At least it's cheap. Most pubs are shit and expensive.
Going, yeah.
Most pubs are cheap, are expensive and shit. At least Spoons is cheap. Yeah. So what does Claude think? I think you should go and I think he belongs in B, but I can be persuaded if Claude has a good argument.
I don't know. Let's see, Claude. And I don't think absolutely would not be able to start today. It's just like logistically not possible to do the same business model.
Oh yeah, I agree. Anymore. That's why I think B is the highest it can go. He has gangster, he has human factor, but he lacks the other criteria we established.
Yeah, started in Northern Ireland, went to Nottingham. Oh, he was a barrister, but has never practiced. Interesting. So
what's Claude gonna say?
He got a law degree for lols, basically.
For the culture.
Tim Martin, the Brexit pub landlord, gangster factor, A tier, built Wetherspoons from one pub to 900 plus sites. Absolute machine, undercut every competitor on price and won. Human factor, C tier. Controversial treatment of staff during COVID. Political views alienated a lot of people. Hard to rate him highly here. Starting from 0 today, B tier. The cheap booze model still works, but rising costs and his reputation would make it harder to scale. Overall, B tier. Great builder, but the human stuff and politics drag him down.
Okay, I'm happy with B tier. I think that's fair.
Interesting. But yeah, I think would not made it today. Probably.
He definitely wouldn't have got 900 sites today. But I think he could run a few successful pubs.
But I don't know. Clearly a smart guy, right? As well. So probably, I mean, we're not saying like maybe make the same business. It's whether they'll be able to make a business, create.
You'd be able to make a business. I'm very sure.
Has he done anything else, or just pubs? Isn't it?
I think it's just pubs since the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, which one are we moving with now?
Where did you put him? B.
I put Tim Martin in B. I think that's fair. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Ahead of Gary V.
Gary V's like 5'3" and posts on Twitter 10 times a day. Like, he has 0 gangster points. I'm sorry. I can't put... Okay. Should we go to John Hall next? I think Sir John Hall is a B or C. He didn't kill anyone, so he's not in the bottom 2 tiers. He didn't exploit staff. He's a fully self-made man, became a Sir.
Sorry, what are we talking about? I was just replying to a comment.
Sir John Hall. Sir John Hall is the man who founded the first shopping centre in the UK. So he's
born in 1933. You picked all the old people from like 100 years ago that died before everyone watching this was born.
This guy's still alive. This guy's still alive and still rocks up on Sky Sports every year. He's still like
in the alive. Why is he like 93?
Yeah, he still rocks up on Sky Sports. Came from nothing.
It gets a minus from me. for being a property developer.
No, but bear in mind, he opened the Network Centre, which was Britain's first ever like shopping centre of that size. This like shopping mall. That's innovative. And then he bought Newcastle Football Club and basically made them one of the biggest clubs in the country.
So when did he? So he was in the mining industry, okay. And then what?
He founded the Metro Centre. So you see the mastermind the construction of the Metro Centre. That was the first shopping mall in the UK, and it was the biggest in Europe when it was built.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's not now, but it was when it was built.
Yeah, I've not been there. Have you been there?
Yeah.
In Gateshead. Okay.
So it's like pretty. It was like you were an innovator at the time, but obviously it was like 100 years ago.
Why was he knighted for what?
For building the first shopping mall in the UK and the biggest one in Europe. I mean, entirely self-made. I think it's
at least he's building like useful stuff, not just like apartments and shit. So
yeah, like that's why I include him. He's not just a property developer. He's above Gary Vee because at least Sir John Hall built something, you know, like a real shopping centre, not shouting on Twitter 10 times a day.
Where are you thinking of putting him?
I think B tier. I think B tier is very reasonable. He's not that big on the gangster factor. He's not that big of a personality like everyone above him. But human element, got knighted, was an innovator, would probably be relatively successful if he started again today. I think solid B tier.
I think he would. I mean, if he's got a normal job. He started with a job, right? He worked his way up. So, let's see. Where do you think you're putting him? Where?
I think he's top of B, but I could be persuaded.
Where do you think Claude's gonna put him?
I think Claude will put him in A, but so I don't mind if they decide to put him in A.
Let's see. Where's Claude gonna rank Sir John Hall?
Sir John Hall, the Geordie visionary, gangster factor, A tier, transformed the Metro Centre from a swamp into the biggest shopping centre in Europe. Sheer will and audacity. Then took Newcastle United to the Premier League promised land. Human factor, A tier, genuinely loved by the Northeast, gave the region pride and ambition. Hard not to respect that. Starting from zero today, B tier. The Mega Mall model is struggling in 2026 with online retail, but he'd find another big swing. Overall, A tier. Proper visionary, genuinely built something for his community.
No, I don't mind putting him in A. I think he's had a good life.
End of A tier, yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
Or top of B. End of A, top of B. Top of B, maybe.
Top of B, I'm happy with that. But
I don't think he quite matches like the rest people in A.
I don't think he has the. Yeah, I think that's fair. But good legacy didn't, good human factor. He built shopping malls and gave loads of jobs and built a lot of the community. He didn't just build housing and charge ridiculous rent.
Shiv mentioned actually he made a good point because I was going to tell you it's like why there are no women on that list. You picked 10 names. You had 10 to pick.
Moving on. Which guy are we going to speak about next? I'd rather not answer that question. We have 4 names left.
Spicy names left. Let's talk about Richard Branson.
Oh, where are you thinking?
Let's pull him up on the screen in case people don't know. It's this guy. Quite famous.
He doesn't pay tax in the UK though, so that automatically means he can't be in the top.
I think he's starting. I mean, people say he's self-made, but he's not really. He's at a good family, right? So had already like connections and money and stuff, which definitely gave him a leg up. He's made some cool stuff though, but I don't know, some shady practices as well. And he's turned like into a complete bloody influencer now.
Yeah.
And I don't like what he's doing with that. He's clearly hired like a shitty marketing team. Because I've seen like our boy Richard's posting fucking AI LinkedIn posts. I mean, come on, you've got enough money to like do something better. Oh, what do you think, Joe? Where are you putting him? Richard Branson.
He has built a good character for himself before this terrible marketing team. If it was before the terrible marketing team, I'd probably put him around B, A maybe. I don't know. He's kind of notorious for his tax avoidance, so that probably drops him down to C, right?
Yeah, but it's a bit of a mix. Like, he used to be a good guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I would
He did a lot. But
if this was in his prime,
he's turned into a bit of a shithead in the older age. I don't think, like, I'm gonna say this now. He's posting like a lot of content on socials. I don't think people should listen to most of his advice. I think most of his advice is just bad now and irrelevant, especially to the people that actually watch him. And again, if he was actually starting from zero today, I don't think he would. I think a lot of stars aligned for him. Like, start with a good family, get some luck in early business. Gotta give him props for like starting an airline, because that's a suicide business.
No, it is.
Normally people say like you start an airline to go bankrupt, to lose money. But he did make it profitable. Got some memories from Virgin stores in London as well. So there's that, but
I think C.
People are gonna whoop us for that.
Would you rather a bit higher? Are you happy with C?
I think I would. I don't know, like, no, definitely above fucking Brian Johnson. I think he's probably like somewhere in the middle of B. But Claude, a lot of people gonna disagree with me because everybody thinks he's amazing. Let's see, Claude.
Richard Branson, the fun uncle of entrepreneurship, gangster factor, A tier. Took on British Airways, built an airline, a record label, a space company. Fearless, relentless, never backed down from a fight. Human factor, A tier. Strong brand around people and culture. Virgin staff generally love working there. Genuine adventurer spirit. Starting from zero today, S tier. Made for the modern world. Personal brand, storytelling, risk-taking. He'd be massive on social media. Overall, S tier. One of the greatest of all time. Genuinely fun and genuinely successful.
Now, the thing about Virgin, so I don't like that, because have you ever tried to call Virgin Media?
No, I'm Vodafone.
It's impossible. It's literally got the worst customer service of all times. I don't think people love working there. I think people hate it because every time you speak to someone, they just try to pass you like a hot potato. So the fact that, and that's the thing, perhaps it's a new thing, perhaps it wasn't as bad years ago. So we gotta take that into consideration that, you know, his businesses have been around for 50 plus years now. So maybe we shouldn't judge him for what happened in the last 10.
Yeah,
But if you're so wealthy, I think you should put some resources. I know he hasn't got the time now to deal with it, but you should at least spend some time and take some time to actually build better teams and better place for people to work in. I think he's not doing a good job. His companies aren't doing that well. Maybe on the plane, maybe the airline, it's fine. But all of his other businesses, I don't think there's a single good opinion. But before people rinse me for it, I'm gonna look at Glassdoor and see what people actually say about Virgin Media. You need to make an account now. Of course, okay. Well, Virgin Media's got 3.2 stars, so maybe it's not the worst, but I don't think it's that good. And I think you should be responsible at that level. And take some responsibility for what you're doing, even if you exited the business a while ago. So for that, I mean, gotta give him props for a lot of stuff. But I think at most he can go maybe to like a top of B or bottom of A. Bottom of A at most.
I think B is a fair place for him.
You gotta think about the scale though, to which he scale. Like he built so many different things in comparison to other people here. He has got the biggest empire on this entire list, right?
Trump.
Not Trump. Surely it's Branson, isn't it?
Bro, Trump's like the most famous man in the world.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right, we've got 3 names left. Let's try and get these last 3 names done in the next 15 minutes or so. Okay. Let's whack these last 3 guys through.
Okay, so he's not Trump, but he's behind there. So
you know what? Let's
top of B or end of A.
Yeah, fine. He's a solid B tier guy. Up on top of B. So let's go Kevin Plank, the guy who founded Under Armour from his college dorm room. And that is how big Under Armour was, especially about 10 years ago. Like they overtook Adidas in the US, like for a small period. That's like a huge deal, especially considering you started from your college dorm room. Obviously, they then lost that, but in the past few years, Under Armour have started to make the comeback in an industry that is very hard to break into. They got all their decisions right pretty much for the first 20 years. They fucked up a little bit around the pandemic. But I think, and they've always been a very moral company as well. They haven't exploited people like that. Like you might say Richard Branson did or Weatherspoon stuff, anything like that. So I think I think you could make an argument that he's A tier, but if he's not A tier, he's got to be top of B.
He's not that big at some of the names at the top there.
But he's model. But he's got models.
Yeah, and he's definitely... he didn't start completely from nothing. But he would, I think, still make it today, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's I think he's incredible. I think in an industry where Nike and Adidas have had a stronghold on for decades, even though you only broke it up for like a brief period, and then they did kind of regain it, to then come back and do as well as they're doing now, I think it's a very, very strong case. And
they started a trend clearly in the sports industry, in the sports fashion industry, because things like have been completely different. When did Under Armour really took off, though?
It was around the early 2010s.
Long ago.
It was the early 2010s. The peaked around 20. Cause I remember doing a big project on this back in the day. The peaked around 2016-17. That's when they overtook Adidas in the US, and that's when they got a real strong foothold.
1 billion in 2010. And they bought a bunch of stuff in 2016. Okay.
I think it's very reasonable. And he would definitely succeed.
He got 16,000 people, and he quit in 2019.
And then that's when they fell apart as well. They fell apart during the pandemic, and then he came back, I think, in 2023 or 2024, and then it started to pick back up again.
So... good run, definitely like build something big. Where would you put him?
I think by the end of
the founder of Under Armour, Kevin Plank, where would he go? Where did the list go? Hold on, I'm wrong. There we go.
It's there. I think if you ask me in 5 years, I think he would be an A tier, but I think he came back to Under Armour and then they continue doing extremely well and get back to where they were, like when he left. But if you ask me right now, before he's done that, I do think he's either top of A, bottom of A, or top of B. Ask Claude. I'll let Claude decide. Whatever Claude go with, I'll go with that.
I don't think he's even... I mean, he's not going to be above Branson.
Ask Claude. That's what Claude thinks.
But he's definitely above Brian Johnson.
Ask Claude.
What about Tim Plank from Under Armour? Let's see. What does Claude have to say? Yes, Kevin, not Tim. I even got his name wrong. Kevin.
I'm gonna pretty much go with what Claude said. Whatever Claude says, I'm gonna agree with. I think.
Tim Plank. You mean Kevin Plank?
Yes.
Gangster factor. A tier. Built Under Armour from his grandmother's basement. Took on Nike and Adidas and actually hurt them for a while. Incredible hustle. Human factor. C tier. Some controversial political statements, rocky relationship with athletes and staff. Lost a lot of goodwill. Starting from zero today, B tier. Sports apparel market is brutally competitive now. He'd struggled to find the same gap he exploited in the 90s. Overall, B tier. Great origin story, but plateaued badly and the human stuff cost him.
Fair. I think B is perfectly good.
Yeah, bottom of B, or maybe I would say he deserves maybe a top of C.
I've just put him middle of B, to be honest. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I think challenging Nike and Adidas is like a ludicrous thing, considering how strong and established those brands are. the most established brands in the world. Competing with them is ludicrous. I know you lost, but even getting to that position where you overtake Adidas at one point, fair play. That's incredible. And you're doing it in an industry that's got so much competition. I think fair play, incredible. And such a public-facing industry as well. You can't hide. Like in like some of the industries, even me, I can hide because my industry's so niche. Like, if you're in like the front of sport, like he was with athletes like Anthony Joshua, Steph Curry, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Liverpool, all those, you can't hide. So
That's true, and he's still on the billionaire list. So
I think in future he's gonna keep going up. So yeah, these last two guys were your entrepreneurs. So I'll let you two lead. I'll let you lead the last discussion on these two.
Uncle G, a bit of a controversial figure. Grant Cardone, 10x everything. He's a bit of a hot take. Where is it?
Okay.
You know who he is.
Yes, obviously.
Everybody knows. Uncle G. He did start from nothing.
Bonus points.
So that's a bonus. Struggle with drugs, pulled himself up.
Hero solely, bonus points.
Bonus points for a solid story. He does sell a lot of bullshit though now.
So he's lost some points.
He does sell a lot of bullshit. But he's the type of guy, he's a bit like Gary Vee, where he could absolutely start from zero at any given timeline. He would make shit happen. I gotta give him that. Even though if he sells bullshit, he's like the definition of a fucking guru almost. Made his fortune on selling courses. Now he's into property, but he still sells more courses, I think, than anything else. Really good at marketing as well. There's definitely a fair bit of exploitation though, from his like sales call centers and all of that stuff. But he could probably make anything happen just with grit. He's like, I got one of his audiobooks, and listening to him read his own book is like a shot of fucking espresso. It's just like, he doesn't run out of energy. So he's getting a bonus point for that, for just like, that sheer grit of just getting shit done. Even at his age, it's like, what, 70 almost now, 68? Still hits the gym, still fucking posts social media every day. So there is that factor, but what do you think?
The course selling does massively hinder him for me. So I do respect the fact he's so disciplined, so hard work, and still in shape, still hits the gym all these years later.
How much is he worth now? He did definitely like almost. He is definitely a very influential figure though. That's one of the things. Whether it's a good influence or bad influence, that's hard to say.
The course selling does.
He pretty much started that whole niche.
Then he's going in D tier. He's going in D tier for starting the course selling niche. He's going with the murderers. I like everything, but he started the course selling niche, so he has to drop into D tier.
He did like
harm that's done.
in-person training. He started with like in-person training, but then he turned it into courses and
Okay, if you start with in-person training and go to C tier, but that's the damage that these online courses have done to society is on him. So unfortunately, you can't go hide and see. So should we ask Claude? Let's ask Claude, and then we'll go on to the last guy.
What does Claude think about Grant Cardone?
Grant Cardone, 10x, everything including the delusion. Gangster factor, B tier, built a real estate empire genuinely wealthy, but the loudness makes it hard to separate substance from noise. Human factor, D tier. Predatory courses, targets vulnerable people chasing success, questionable investment schemes, not good. Starting from 0 today, B tier. He's already basically doing it. Social media is his oxygen. But smarter competition would eat him alive now. Overall, C tier. Real money, but too much snake oil to go higher.
I was right. I mean,
Too much snake oil.
right.
I would put him above Brian Johnson, though.
Okay.
Just because Brian Johnson is just complete fucking scam. So I think he's he's got at least some legitimacy to him, but
I guess we're on the final guy, Mr. Rory Sutherland.
It's interesting how this list like actually came together quite decent. Like we put no real criteria on here, but like it's actually a decent list.
See, but I was telling you, we didn't need to overthink anything. We just come on here, talk, and have fun, and we do well. Like we don't need to overthink stuff.
He's calling Rory A tier. A lot of people gonna put Rory in A tier. I've got some opinions about that.
What do you think?
I've got some strong opinions. He's got not the cyclist. This guy.
I'm not a champion guy.
Him.
I know who he is.
Yeah, but in case people don't know, it's him. It's him. It's Rory Roderick. Born in 65, he's now 60. And where did he start, actually? I don't know. Yes, he started Ogilvy, which is like one of the biggest marketing and advertising agencies in the world, if not the largest. Maybe not anymore, but it was for a while. So started quite well, went to Cambridge, which at the time gives you a bit. Oh, he joined them, okay, as a trainee, and joined advertising industry in the British TV in the 80s. Worked in account management, switching to copywriting, became a creative director. Okay, so he founded another bit in the company. I thought it was his company, but clearly not.
So he loses a few points, unfortunately.
Loses a few points, but he did publish a lot of great work on like behavioral science.
Like him. I he's a smart guy. I like him.
He's a smart guy, but
he's better than Grant Cardone, so he's instantly the worst he'll be is. I think he's solid B.
He can't.
I think he's solid B.
I don't think he's worth as much as Grant Cardone.
No, but he's not a dickhead, is he? So I think he's a solid B tier option.
Maybe he is. So unknown. Low. Yeah, he's not that rich. He doesn't own anything interesting. So, but a lot of people love him, but I've got a take on Rory, and I'll tell you what, it's this. He's been known for his TikTok. He basically grew up on like TikTok, on social media. That's how he became famous, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that what he grew with. So he started really well. He was posting like his university talks and discussions on the behavioral science and stuff, posted like lectures, but he didn't become famous for that. He did become famous for like a lot of bullshit as well. Well, I don't think he just gives good advice of people. Again, like most of his audience, it's a bit like with Grant Cardone, like most of his advice is not necessarily wrong advice, but it's the wrong advice for the people that listen to him. He gives like big corporate advice, but people who listen to him are the people who are in a job who want to start a business. So he's one of the guys that just like sounds very smart, and he is, but he's popular for sounding smart, not necessarily giving people like anything actionable. A lot of like big words that don't necessarily mean anything or do anything for you. His book is good though. So so this is a hard one to. Where would you put him, Joe?
I think bottom of B.
He's famous for sounding and being really smart, but he hasn't really, and he's done some like on the psychology side of marketing. He's achieved a lot, but he hasn't really achieved anything spectacular in terms of like building a business.
I think C then. Let's go C.
Yeah, Shiv wanted to put him in A. Shiv, why do you want to put Rory in A?
I'm happy with C. Are you? So we have the final tier list. It's been a very fun hour and 20 minutes.
Oh. Let's see. What does Claude think about Rory Sutherland?
All right. That's Claude.
Rory Sutherland, the mad professor of marketing, gangster factor, B tier, hasn't built a traditional empire but dominates his field completely. Vice chairman of Ogilvy, reshapes how entire industries think. Intellectual gangster, human factor, S tier, genuinely trying to make the world more interesting and less stupid. One of the...
Oh.
Rory Sutherland, the mad professor of marketing, gangster factor, B tier, hasn't built a traditional empire but dominates his field completely. Vice chairman of Ogilvy, reshapes how entire industries think. Intellectual gangster, human factor, S tier, genuinely trying to make the world more interesting and less stupid. One of the most generous thinkers out there, starting from zero today, S tier, made for this era. Podcast guest, contrarian thinker, TED Talks, he'd be everywhere. Overall, A tier, unconventional pick, but an absolute genius operator.
So Claude will put him in A. A lot of people love him, but the truth is, for the purpose of this list, he's not really like, yeah, he like dominates his industry, but he's not built anything real.
I think C. I like C. I think that's the right place for him.
I think he can be at like, yeah, I think he belongs to C.
All right. And that brings us to the end of our first tier list episode. And I personally had a lot of fun. I think the 15 was the right amount of people. We've done it in less than an hour and a half, and it was fun. So if you want to suggest,
before people give me shit about putting him between Gary Vee and Grant Cardone, he also talks a lot of bullshit. So I think that trio is there settled perfectly. He does have a lot of good advice, but a lot of his advice is empty, doesn't really help you grow a business. Read his book, don't follow him on TikTok, don't listen to his social media, read his books. His books are good. They have a lot of actionable information that you can apply to your business. His social media is designed for followers and impressions. So he tells people on social media what they want to hear, not necessarily what they need to hear. And for that, I think he's situated in a good place.
If you have any ideas for the next tier list that we should make, let us know, and we will make it.
I think it's going to be a LinkedIn guru tier list.
Oh God, that'll be fun.
Or maybe we'll do something different. We'll see.
I like this episode. It was fun. Right, you want to do your outro?
And on that beautiful note, see you next week. Businesswoman as well, Shiv. We'll consider that. We should definitely, absolutely do that. But we should get a woman on the call with us as a guest, so people don't give us too much shit, and we don't get completely cancelled.
See ya
Next week. Bye.